hair is a mess. Now no one will ever know. The time currently is 9:30 p.m. Thursday. Hopefully within 2 weeks, as of this date, the Switch will have a midnight release, and I'll be waiting, very impatiently waiting for this system to be here. Hello everyone. You know, recently I was asked by a good friend of mine. He asked, Kyle, what are you even looking forward to with the Switch? It's got bad graphics. It's got no games coming out. And quite frankly, I just think the Switch is gonna fail. Shut up, Reed. So today, I thought I'd give, just 5 reasons why I'm hyped up for the Switch. So let's go through them. Number 5, I'm just a Nintendo fanboy. Okay, so unabashedly and unremorsefully and anything else that I'm trying to say to make myself sound smarter, I am a Nintendo fanboy. I can't help it. It's what I grew up with. You see, back in the day, I had one system with me and my brother, and that was a Nintendo, an NES. And we had, what were those games? Obviously, you have Mario. We had the Ninja Turtles, the arcade one, not the bad one that no one can beat. Stupid underwater bombs. And we kept on getting different games that we just loved so much. Quite frankly, to be honest, I never got Zelda. I didn't play Zelda till N64. To this date, I have had every single system that Nintendo has made, except for the Virtual Boy and what's the other one I don't have? Game Boy Micro? That doesn't count. It's a Game Boy Advance that's small. But aside from that, I just love Nintendo games. And it's not to say I don't like other games. I have a PlayStation 4. I have an Xbox One. I have a Wii U. And the thing is, I enjoy and look forward to Nintendo games the most. I love Nintendo games. And I just am ready for the next generation of a new, way to play. And there are some things that I don't like. I don't like the prices of the accessories. I don't like the way that this mobile app is going to work. I don't know, it could be super good. It's just Nintendo's not clear with it. I don't like how Nintendo's not clear with stuff. In all of that, I still love Nintendo stuff. And I just, you got Zelda, you got Mario, you got Pokemon, you got Metroid, you got, I guess they haven't made a new Metroid. Please make a new Metroid for Switch. I never get more excited for games than when it's a Nintendo game. Be it Pokemon, Zelda, Mario. I am just floored when a new game is announced. I'm really ready for Zelda, but, I still got 4 more things to add to this list. Number 4, that so satisfying click. Oh, that click. Can we hear it again? Ooh, it's so good. One more time. It's just you hear it, and every time you hear it, it's just so much better the next time. Truth be told, I really hope that makes that sound, because if it doesn't make that sound, I'm going to be super sad. But okay, so number 4 was kind of a throwaway. And I was just... Oh God. Oh God. I hear them. I hear them. They won't stop. They won't stop. They won't stop. I don't want it to stop. Number 3. Hey, did you know Zelda's coming out for this? I really need this game to be good. I really want it to be good. Okay, let's go back to where I was talking about Zelda earlier. So, number 3 is Zelda. Obviously, it's the game that everybody's buying the Switch for. If Zelda was not out during the release of the Switch, pretty sure a quarter of the people, this guy probably being that quarter, would have bought the system anyway. But it is. It's a launch game. One of the only launch games. But, I mean, if you take a look at this game and you see how it's come from where it is and where it was, and just see the similarities, and if you're a Zelda fan, then I'm hoping that you're just half as excited as I am. He gets a great sword again! Oh, Great Sword Link is best Link. Great Sword Link is best Link. Fight me. But no, like, just the fact that you get all sorts of different weapons. A humongous map that is apparently the quarter of the size of Skyrim. And then just the fact that I can take this game wherever I want. And just to be able to show someone what this thing can do, I'm ready for that. I really want to play Zelda. Why didn't they have any sort of demo in Indiana? Because no one knows where Indiana is. It's on a map, look for it. But when I said everywhere, I guess that leads into my next point. Number 2, portability. You can take it with you when you need to poop. Portability. Portability. Let that sink in for a sec. Portability! As if you haven't seen any sort of like thing where it just shows you the actual portability that this thing has. The Switch obviously can be taken out of the dock and then taken anywhere. You have the Joy-Cons, which can be taken, and they have 20 hours of life, 30 hours of life, I don't know, but those things last a long time. And then, you know, the battery life. Let's talk about that for a sec. They said that this thing boasts a 2.5 to 6 hour battery life. I did a little bit of research, and a pretty good laptop will last like 3 hours tops without a power cord. So, oh well. Like, haters always talk about how this system, it can't fit inside your pocket. I'll fit it in there some way. But no, I mean, even if it doesn't fit in a pocket, you know what doesn't fit in a pocket? An iPad. And those things just, you never see them anywhere, do you? To go back on the point of portability, I've talked about this before, but it's one thing that I just love. Call it a gimmick, call it whatever you want. I love the Switch for its portability. I cannot be home all the time. And if I am home, the TV is not always, you know, unoccupied. We have kids who like to watch all sorts of different cartoons that are kid-friendly and nice and please save me. But the fact that I can take this system, and like, the Wii U kind of touched on this. It lets you take the game off the screen and put it into your lap. And that was cool. But the game sometimes had some hiccups. Sometimes it didn't look as good. Word of mouth from... They're all speculations and word of mouth from people who have actually gotten to play this. But the screen looks amazing. The Wii U was great in the fact that it could actually be sat down. You could sit down and just sit on the couch and play it and let, you know, the kiddos watch their stuff. Or let's say you wanted to play a game and you want the kiddos to watch something else or play a game themselves. They have the Wii U. Now, he's still going to have the Wii U. I'm not selling it, but the Switch probably will not be given to my boy. I've seen how he handles electronics. It's not electronic friendly. So many fingerprints. But once again, I got off on a tangent. The game I always think about when I think of the Switch is Monster Hunter. Now, Monster Hunter to me is a game that I've loved for so long. Ever since the first one came out. I remember taking my first paycheck when I was 16 years old working at McDonald's, and I went over and I bought Monster Hunter. And I played it. And I realized, this game's hard. This game's really hard without friends. Later on, I was able to get DSL internet connections, and I got an internet adapter for the PlayStation and hooked it up. And one weekend, I played online almost the whole time, and it was amazing. Playing with friends is so good. It was one of my first multiplayer matches online, or experiences online, was Monster Hunter. Fast forward to when the Wii U came out. I didn't want a Wii U. I didn't think that it was a game system for me. But my friends decided to tell me, Kyle, there's Monster Hunter 3U coming out. I'll be right back. I gotta pre-order a Wii U. And that's the thing, like, that game was the first taste of what the Switch will do for me. In that game, you were allowed to play online on the Wii U, or take your character from the Wii U, download it to your 3DS, and be able to put it in your 3DS, and it was the same game. I had to buy it twice. Ugh. But it was the same game on both systems, and it was my character transferred over to being able to be portable. I could go to work, I could play Monster Hunter, I take everything that I got that day at work or wherever I was, go home, put it on the Wii U, and then my character was right there. I had everything, and it was so cool to be able to take the same game with me. If I wasn't going to be home, if I was going on a trip, I could just take that game with me. And it was so much fun knowing that I didn't have to play two separate games. It was the same game. And when I got home, all my progress would be the same. Do you know what that's like? It sounds just like the Switch. Holy cow. And that's just what I love about this thing, is that I will be able to have more or less no restraints on what I want to play, where I want to play it. And yeah, that's the whole point of the Switch. Woohoo. But that's a big deal to me. And the number one reason why I want to Switch, the potential of the future. So this is my number one reason that I want to Switch. And hopefully it'll give you a reason to get a Switch. Nintendo has been known to have lackluster hardware and confusing publicity, and just it messes up a lot. But it also is so different. You see, what's the difference between a PlayStation and an Xbox in terms of an experience? The games are often the same. Most of the time, you don't have to worry about this game having something different on the Xbox. Nowadays, it's just time releases. But with Nintendo, they've always had a different experience. For better for worse, Waggle Tech came out. For Zelda, there was a whole game devoted to Waggle Tech and Wii Motion Plus. But that was cool back then. I don't like Skyward Sword. It's not my favorite game. I had fun with it though. I enjoyed fighting the last boss of that game and feeling powerful, because back then I didn't know that you could take the lightning from the sky. Guys, you could take the lightning from the sky. I didn't know. I shield bashed that whole boss until he was down, and then I won. Come to think of it, that was way more fun than the actual way of beating him. How do you like that? Not spoiler talk. You go back farther. Think of the GameCube. And it was just, yeah, no one really liked the GameCube, but you have Luigi's Mansion, you have Smash, you have all sorts of different games that played differently with a controller that wasn't the same. Go back farther and we have the N64 with a controller that had 3 handles on it. And yet you have all those games in there, played differently. Go back farther, all the way to the beginning, and you have the first light gun that you can play with in Duck Hunt? I mean, Nintendo's always done this. They've always done some sort of thing that was just fun. And be it as it is, Nintendo is still waiting and is still trying to find their niche with the Switch. Ugh, that was bad. But there's always fun. And eventually, there's fun. And there's always potential with Nintendo games. There's always something that you never have seen before in a Nintendo game. And I feel like that's something that the gaming community, the gaming world, whatever you want to call it, is lacking. Like, how many zombies have we killed? How many guys have we shot? How many swords have we swung? Yeah, this is all different stuff that obviously could be in the Switch, but the thing is, they'll give us a different way of playing it. They'll give us a different way of doing all this. And hopefully, I mean, this is just a stretch, but hopefully this system will become something. But there's always the likelihood that there'll be better games. There'll be cool games. Where am I going with this? I'm getting a Switch because I believe that it's going to be something. It's going to be something cool. The gimmick will wear off that you can take it somewhere. The gimmick will wear off that the controllers come off. But what won't wear off is the fun I'm going to have with the games that only Nintendo can provide. The games that I've grown up with. The games that I love. And the characters that I've assimilated as part of myself. I am what I am today because of Nintendo. And there's other games that have made me me. But it all started with a small controller, one D-pad, a start and a select, and an A and a B. And I can't wait to try out this new iteration that they have. This new... Would you stop? Where was I? At this point, I'm just rambling. I feel like only Nintendo can give me some of the best experiences in video games. They have already, and I feel like they will again. Now just give me 2 weeks, and I'll be able to tell you whether or not my hopes died or they came true. Till next time, everyone. Always go onward. Hey everyone, if you like what you watched, leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and remember, always go onward.